Now you may not think you need another camera, but but this one is really cool. To me, it's going to really revolutionize, all the iPhone cameras we have on our cell phones now, because this people really want to take pictures of their life and not miss a moment when things happen by accident. This is it. It's a camera that this guy designed, that actually it sticks on your clothes. That's right. It's not a spy camera or anything. It's really like a half a size of a cell phone or something. You put it here and there's a magnet on the other side and it stays there. And so when you go to your kid's soccer game, this thing will be running all the time. But it doesn't run like for 5 hours or whatever. It just runs like 5 or 10 minutes over and over and over, those 5 or 10 minutes hooked here. So you could be with your buddies watching the kid's soccer game and recording it and nobody even notices. And then all of a sudden your kid makes a goal and you stop it. Hey, you got it. You recorded it. You don't have to have your phone out, camera out there waiting for that magic moment. That magic moment is happening all the time, and it's being collected by your little camera stuck to you. And if you go out to the park with your kids and you're playing with them, and see, it has a big range of view, so it's catching everything. So you're playing in the park with your kids and they do something magic. Hey, I want to save that, and you just stop it. And you save it because you got the last 5 minutes to save, and it's all the time. I mean, there's industrial applications you could use, or interview application, all these kinds of things you could really use this camera for, and it's really fun. And these guys are from down under, actually, who invented this, and they went on Kickstarter and raised like $60,000-$70,000 already. They got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people want this, and see, the way they're getting the money to produce it is really through crowdfunding. So they go on, hey, would you like one of these if we get in production? And people say, yeah, it's reasonable. I mean, it's not like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's a reasonable product, and you get it really cheap because they're not in full production yet. So you're sort of like pre-ordering one of these, and this is how they go. And see, doing this on the internet, it's all free. So you're getting that money all free. It doesn't cost you anything to put up this website and do it all and find this new technology. But if you have an idea, see, that's the way. When you watch this video, think of, hey, what kind of idea do I have? And another thing that he has interesting is, because he's from down under, he comes up here to the United States, and the embassy has, his embassy in California has an office he could use for free. So he could do business in the United States. And remember that our country has the same thing. You want to go to China, you want to go to England or something like that and sell stuff or find out about that market, you can go and use our embassy for free too as an entrepreneur. Figuring out, and they'll help you, they'll set up appointments for you and things like that. And we have a video on that on our YouTube channel too, so watch that. But more importantly, watch him and how he did it. It's a cool thing. Well, Sam Lee, I mean, I tell you, I think anybody who's in the iPhone or business with a camera is going to be out of business because of you. I mean, they're going to come and either pay you $1 billion to get you out of business or whatever. But you invented this little camera that just stays on all the time, and I don't need to record anything because it's recording automatically. It's like my eye recording, and it's always there, and I can capture the moments. God, what made you think of this thing?
I had a lot of cameras, I had a lot of footage, I had a lot of tapes, but in order to get the standout moments out of those, I had to spend a lot of time editing. So why, instead of doing it after we record it, why can't we just capture the good bits while we are recording it?
So do you have one there? I forgot to ask. Do you have a little idea? But that's okay. But it's smaller than this.
It's about the size of a box of matches.
Yeah, and you just put it like here as a little device that it's always on, and it covers like the last 5 minutes of your life, right?
Exactly, or minute or 30 seconds, however you set it up in the app.
I see. And then when that's done, so it just goes on to the next 5. It keeps going and going and going. And when you get something cool, you just say, stop it, I want to save that part, right?
Correct.
Ah, God, that's terrific.
The gift of hindsight.
No one's done that. I mean, we were talking earlier, I think what's great about it is like, I can go see my kid's soccer game, put this on, I'm always doing the soccer game, so when my kid has a magic moment, I get it, and I just stop it and save that part. But, you know, I don't have to drag out the phone, I missed it and I didn't miss it, or have a big camera bunch. And God, it's just terrific idea. Why didn't anybody do this? They're not smart as you, or what?
The technology exists in some other cameras, but we've taken it and just made it specifically that that's what this camera does. The BBC used a photon camera, which uses a 5-second cache to capture the shark coming out of the water in the One Planet or the Planet Earth series.
I see. Oh, huh. I see. So, but that must have been a hell of a camera. You don't want to carry that to the soccer game, huh?
No, and that's like 1200 frames per second probably as well.
I see. But all the applications that something like this would be terrific for, like a lot of people, my family, myself too, we go and we're activists, so we'll be in doing protests and stuff like that, and so you get harassed by policemen or things. So you have this camera on that, you know, you can have it on for the whole time because it lasts about 3 hours, right? And so the last 2 minutes when that cop, you know, hit you with the billy club, you got it on tape, huh?
Exactly.
But another thing, you said, like, if you're on your bicycle, right? So you mount it on your bicycle, because you said you may have a bike mount for this, right?
Potentially coming, yeah.
Yeah, in the city, I mean, it's dangerous. You know, there's cars don't treat you well, you know, because they don't know. So you always have license plates of the guys who almost swiped you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just a wonderful technology, you know, that it seems that there's so many applications, commercially, personally. I mean, like what you show in your video on your crowdfunding site, you know, it's on Kickstarter right now, and I mean, like, you're out with the day with your children, so you have this on, always catching it, and it's like 150 degrees, so you got it better than a little camera like this, and you got everything in front of you, so when that magic moment happens, you can just stop it, and you got it, man, forever, right?
Yeah, and you can pull it straight off onto your phone and then share it. And
oh, so is that what it is? So it emails the file somewhere? Is that what it?
Or you can just open up the app on the phone, grab it off the camera, and then share it to your friends.
Oh, I see. So there's an app on the phone too. Oh my God, I feel really stupid now. Man, well, I mean, so you're on Kickstarter now, crowdfunding for $50,000, and it took you like a week, and you made it. Man, don't you feel stupid? You didn't ask for more.
Well, now we try and enhance the product further. So we try and say, well, look, if we can get to $75,000, we'll make some interchangeable color faceplates. If we can get to 150, we can use that money to further miniaturize the lens and the battery and make it even slimmer.
So the more money you're going to get now, you're going to make it even a smaller camera than it is now. And now it's less than it looks like a half a pack of cigarettes, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a box of matches, pretty much.
I see, yeah. Yeah, and that's, and the technology you have for, you know,
the magnet, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's really cool. So you'll make it smaller with the extra money and things like that. So you're in New Zealand. Now, do you have to be, are you on the New Zealand Kickstarter or are you on the American one? It doesn't matter? I don't know how that works.
Well, when we started setting this up, the New Zealand Kickstarter hadn't launched. So we went on the US Kickstarter. Plus, you know, we see the US as our main market. So we had to, being in US dollars makes it a lot easier. Shipping is a lot easier out of the US than out of New Zealand because we bring it halfway around the world to send it back halfway around the world.
So in other words, you can be anywhere in the world and use Kickstarter because this is the big, US is still the biggest market for most of this stuff?
Yeah, well, Kickstarter, well, actually, no, in saying that though, we've had a lot of people from India, Asian countries, UK, a lot of Kiwis have gotten behind us, a few Aussies, and a lot of Americans as well. So it's a global site. It's not like you just reach out to America. You reach out to the world through Kickstarter.
Does the crowdfunding site also allow you to find like distributors and things like that for your product?
Yeah, people have reached out to us to distribute for sure. But our focus isn't on getting this product out to distributors. Our focus has got to be on getting this product to our Kickstarter backers because they're the first people.
Right.
You know, the distributors come second.
People, yeah.
So, I mean, your partner has been in the business a little bit before this, but using, you know, crowdfunding to start the project, why did you do that? You probably had access to money otherwise, you know, if you wanted to raise money to get this project off the ground, because it's a terrific idea and people would invest in this. But so why did you use Kickstarter? What's your motive there?
Well, initially, we don't want to give away equity to someone else, so we lose control of our vision.
Greedy, huh?
Well, not greedy. You just want to control your vision.
Yeah.
You know, when you get shareholders, you then have to look after their interests, and you look after, you know, and all of a sudden, instead of servicing your customers, you end up servicing shareholders.
Yeah.
So it's like you're really getting married to somebody when you do that. So you have a partner you have to worry about instead of just your vision and solving a customer's problem the way you envisioned it initially, huh?
Exactly, and then delivering that to them, and then, you know, depending on it, we might need to scale the company, and we might need to get equity investment down the track. But initially, we just want to get this off the ground. And
well, how about, you know, the fact that it seems to me that you went on a Kickstarter site and really it showed you that there are customers for this. You know, by getting money from an investor, it really doesn't prove that there's customers yet. Well, I think we lost him, but you got the idea of his project there. I mean, it's a great idea. I think it's going to revolutionize not only the consumer industry for, you know, using cameras differently, but also in industrial places. I mean, there's so many things that you could do. You could interview 15 people and then be able to take that out, you know, what the best interview was, and I'll always have a camera on if you want, and not worry about missing anything. I mean, it's a great idea. It's called Me Mini, and as you told me, that's a Latin for memory. I didn't know. I have 2-3 years of Latin from Jesuit high school, and I still don't remember that. And you go to memini.com. That's MEMI.com, and to find out about the product, and that'll lead you to the Kickstarter campaign, but more importantly, how they use that money. You see that they didn't want to invest and find investors for their project because they find out that using money like this and crowdfunding money, they've been able to make their own ideas, and you don't have to worry about an investor. Here they're only worrying about their mission and their product and solving a customer's problem, and that's what you're in business for. And not for investors, but for customers. Okay, you ready to photograph your life? Neat stuff out there. You just have to keep looking.